Today I'm going to quickly walk you through Extraction Automation Builder and one of the newest capabilities in document understanding, which is generative extraction and classification. Extraction Automation Builder lets you quickly build your document understanding sequence by just specifying what the document that you want to extract from, and it automatically builds the different steps in the document understanding framework, including digitizing, classifying, extracting, and then showing validation station. So what you just need to do is drag and drop the document that you want to extract from. Let's say you have purchase order, invoices. So let's say I select this purchase order, and it will automatically detect or classify what type of document it is based on the current list of supported or pre-trained models available in document understanding. In this case, it's purchase order, and these are the other available document types. But what if the document type that you are trying to extract from is not available as pre-trained model? Then that's where generative classification and extraction would come in. You don't have to train your own classification or extraction. It leverages the power of large language model to automatically classify what type of document you're dealing with and the fields that you want to extract from. So for this example, let's use this appointment receipt document, and this is how it looks like. This is an appointment for a renewal of license, right? Driver's license. So I choose this document. Since it's not one of the pre-trained models available in document understanding, so we'll just consider what's being automatically selected here. So it will create the workflow for us, but we're gonna change the extraction mechanism for this once the workflow is created. So I then create workflow. So while it's working, let's show the document again. And there are different data points that we want to extract here: the date, the time, the ID, and other parts of the document. First, we want to see how the generative classification looks like. So we may want to add classify document, and then we can select predefined and then generative classifier. In this particular scenario, since we have only one document type, we really don't have to classify, or if you want to classify non-related document, then you can also do this. But it's just generative classification just need to specify the key. In this case would be the document type for this, which is appointment. Example, you can name it as you want, and then describe this document using natural language. This is a document containing appointment for license renewal. Click save, and you will be able to use this classification variable. Let's say you have a workflow which checks if the document is an appointment receipt or not. If it's not an appointment receipt, then skip it. If it's an appointment receipt, go ahead and go to the extraction. So that's how you do the classify document. And now let's go to the extraction part, the generative extraction. We're gonna change this extractor from the receipt model to the generative extraction preview. So there are a couple of fields that we want to extract. So let's extract the date, time, service, location, confirmation number. First off, I want to extract the date, and this you can put the prompt as what is the time of the date of the appointment, or just date of the appointment. Then add time. You can add like a question form. Is the time of the appointment, and then the next one would be here, service. So probably what is the nature of the appointment. And one really good feature having this capability is not only you could be able to extract, but within the same by just changing the prompt, right? Changing it in such a way that you want to instruct the extractor to output it to much more specific data, right? So not only you could do extraction, but also within this generative extraction itself, you can do post-processing at the same time. So what does that mean, right? So let's say I wanna extract this location, right? So or probably I will check first, this is a valid address. So my prompt for this will be check if valid address. If valid, return. Let's open it again. If valid, return yes. Otherwise, return not valid. So we're not only having this LLM or generative AI determine where the address is, but we are instructing it to validate the address if it's a valid one or not. So now to take it up a notch, let's look at the same address and say we want to fill that JSON address component. So we want to use generative AI to extract the address, pre-validate the address, and then be able to output it in a JSON format. In this case, I should add it here as well. Address of the appointment, extract all address components in JSON format as follows. Then we can specify the JSON format, say address line 1. And then this is the value of address line 1. So you can instruct any type of format. This is just an example. And then another key would be a city, another address component, and then here's the city value. And then it's up to the generative AI to determine the other address components like address line 2, state, zip, etc. So we're just providing an example like so. And be aware that this is only 150 up to 150 characters maximum for the prompt, and this is what we have put in the prompt. So extract address of the component, extract address components in JSON format. So this is the description of what I want to extract and the instruction of how I want to post validate or post process the extracted address. Right. So here, and then lastly is what requirements. Let's say what do I need to bring. Okay. Save. In case you didn't notice, when I use Extraction Automation Builder, it created this sequence for me. I have the manual trigger where I need to run it in order to trigger the process, and then download storage file. This is it uploaded the sample that I provided to storage file, and then this process downloads it, so that it can be fed into the extractor, and then the validator, which is an action center task, so it enables human in the loop. So this is the very simple sequence, and let's test out the generative extraction capability. So what I need to do is just run this, but before I run this, what I will use as a example is not the one that I have uploaded earlier. So what I will use is I'm going to be using this. So I have intentionally removed the labels, right? But it doesn't matter. So, but I'll just use this appointment receipt. So I'll just run this real quick. And again, I didn't train explicitly any model. I just used the large language model to do the extraction by providing prompt instructions on how to extract the field. Then a new task get created in Action Center. Let's see how the extraction looks like. Yeah, as you can see, it extracts a date based on my prompt, as well as a time, service, checks if valid address. So if you remember the prompt here, the prompt is the date, the address of the appointment, and check if valid address, return yes, otherwise return not valid. So this is a valid address, so it says yes. And the JSON address component, so this is the address component based on the output format that we have instructed, which includes address line 1. It doesn't address line 2, but it added city, state, and zip code. And requirements, current ID. So with this capability, you can explore other possibilities with generative AI extraction through proper prompt engineering. So you can, sky's the limit, right? So provided you have your data source for context, in this case would be the document for extraction, you could be able to do pre-validation, extraction, and post-processing at the same time using generative extraction and classification. That's all for today. Hope you liked it.